So recently I was on social media, okay, Instagram to be exact, scrolling, and I saw this post that Spiritual Word posted, and it said, "What do you call a lady that jumps from man to man?" And so immediately, when I saw this post, I had my own thoughts that came to mind, my own feelings, my own opinions, of course, that came to mind. And immediately, when I went into the comment section of the post, I was very intrigued by the responses that women were leaving underneath this post. So, what I did was I took a couple of the comments that I saw and I brought them to you guys so we can look over them together. And I wanted to expand on the state that we are in right now when it comes to women and how women are making excuses for certain behaviors that are not of us. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I want to get into that in a little bit. But this was the first comment, the first thread of comments that I saw. So it said, a woman. So again, the post was, "What do you call a woman that jumps from man to man?" The first comment was, "A woman who is dating and weighing her options." 7,911 likes. I think that it's very vital that we keep the likes in mind, because whenever somebody likes a comment, it is because they are like-minded. The next comment says, "Someone minding her business." 6,491 likes. The next one says, "The same thing you call a man that jumps from woman to woman." 5,518 likes. And then the last comment in this thread says, "By her name." Same you would call a guy by his name. Let me just continue, okay? Let me just continue and then I'll break it all down. Next one says, "A woman who is not settling until she finds a good one." 3,395 likes. "None of my business, that's what I call it." 2,713 likes. "A smart woman, just because she's jumping man to man doesn't mean she's intimate or has particular intentions with him. Dating should be fun, not miserable and discouraging." 1,352 likes. Next one says, "A ladybug." Next one said, "A loose woman, aka me." Next one says, "Smart." The next one says, "Grown and athletic." So, let's just start off with the first thread of comments. Immediately when I saw these comments come up first, my first opinion was, why are we so afraid nowadays to call women out for certain behavior that we used to call them back in the day? Like, why is it such a thing now that if you say that is 304 behavior, or you call it out by name for what we know it as a garden tool? Why is that something that is like so overlooked, or there has to be these philosophical explanations or conversations on why the behavior is okay and why it makes sense now, and why it's about women who are being empowered? Where did that come from? Like, I'm sorry. Where did we get that from? Where did we adopt that mentality? There's so many women who are, again, a part of these 7,000 likes, 6,000 likes, 5,000 likes, who have adopted this mentality and don't realize that they fell for the okie doke. These are the same women who be complaining, "Oh, men don't love women like how they used to in the 90s. Where the good men at? Ain't no good men. How men used to love us. Men used to serenade us. Men used to be outside with the boombox singing in the rain for us." Like, this is the mentality that a lot of women have, and these are the things that a lot of these same women say. But how convenient. Women have stopped wanting relationships, so they say, whether it's for a phase, whether it's for a time frame, again, whether it's for the time being. Women have, claimed that they want to be as free as men and exercise options, and they don't want to be tied down. But how convenient is it? Because now men have women easily accessible. They scroll on social media. There is no anything left to the imagination. If they want to see a woman in a G-string, they don't even have to pay for any site to be able to see that. They go on social media, it's free. Women are, sleeping with men right away, hurrying up, laying down, doing all the things, and then talk about, I don't want nothing serious. I just want to have fun. I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want nobody's son stressing me out because I'm out here doing my own thing. In what part of liberation and women's empowerment are these women not understanding that the same submission that you do not want to give in the literal sense in a relationship, as in submitting to the authority of your man within your relationship, you always find women who are completely claiming to give the ultimate form of submission to men that they don't even know their last name. They don't understand their values, their morals, their principles. They just saw him, thought he was cute, thought he looked a certain way, and wanted to take a ride on the carousel. Okay, just keeping it real. How is that liberating? Where is the freedom in that? It's not freedom. It's bondage, actually. Because what a lot of women do not understand is that when you are constantly jumping and on to the next and on to the this and on to the next situation, not healing after your previous situations, not taking time for yourself to see what are the things that you might have done wrong in each situation and how you can change that so you are not attracting the same exact person who just looks different. It is a signal of brokenness. It's a signal that there's a void that you are trying to have fulfilled. Whether you think that, it's so crazy to me because I see women all the time on social media, oh yeah, I hit that. No, you didn't. You got hit. Like, there's a vast difference. There's so many women. We're in the time right now where there's so many women who desperately want to be men. They want to. They want all the benefits of being a woman. They want all the ability and the privileges that come along with being a woman, but they want to operate in the nature of the man. That don't make no sense to me. By design, as a woman, you are created different. I say it all the time, and I have to say it again. There is a vast difference than being the one who is parking in the garage and being the garage. A vast difference. I said this analogy so many times as well, that there's so many women, they're trying to figure out why they cannot fit with their counterparts, why they have so much trouble, why they have to go on so much date, why they have to jump from situation to situation. And one of the reasons why is because just like a battery with a remote, you're trying to fit in the slot where a man goes. You know how it's plus and minus and then minus plus? If you want something to operate properly, it's not being able to operate properly because you're trying to fit into a space that he's already supposed to be in. And you wonder why the TV can't turn on. You're like, what is wrong with it? It got to be the remote. Okay, so it's the foundation of relationships. Relationships are the problem. It got to be this part. The battery is perfectly, the man in this analogy is a battery that's already in the remote. He's already sitting there perfectly in his space. When you look at the diagram, it says plus and minus. He's sitting there plus and minus, and you have the woman that's supposed to be the other battery that's supposed to fit the opposite way, who's arguing that the man is not in his right position. Oh, well, it's because of you. It must be you. You got to come about that position. Let me go there. Let me flip that way. You have to bend for me. You have to change for me. You have to move around for me. Completely blind to the fact that it's you who's out of position. And because you're out of position, nothing can function. It's not going to work. It can't operate. It's so interesting because, these are the same conversations that I always think of and say, when there was shame, the women who want to be, showered and catered to and loved on and this and all that, they also want to have the ability to be all out here willy-nilly. And they want people to, quote unquote, mind their business. This is why I always say, too, that this whole women support other women is nonsense. And the reason how I know that is because while you're pushing all this liberation and freedom, and you could sleep with anybody however you want to, because if a man could do it, you could do it too. Why is there not so much conversation of the fact that, you are allowing all of this, not only just energy, but literal DNA within your body on a frequent basis? It's vastly different. Again, by design. A man can get 20 women pregnant at the same time. Well, that woman got to wait for a whole nearly a year before she can get pregnant again. It's a vast difference. This is your womb energy. This is where you are going to house your children. This is where, that womb intuition come from. This is a sacred space that nobody has ever said was not sacred. The only people who are convincing you otherwise is the women who talk about, take away shame. Let us do whatever we want to do. Let us be able to operate how men do for a change. Let us see what it feels like to be hitting and quitting it. Which again makes no sense. Because you're the one being subdued. It's women convincing other women that it's okay, it's cool, there is no downside to it, there's no problems to it, there's no emotional trauma that can come from doing these things, because again, we are not created by design to operate that way. There's all these, jokes and games and same thing you would call a guy, you're not a guy. What gets me is when people say, what did this person say? Maybe it was the first one I saw. What did it say? A woman dating. There was something that said not everybody who is intimate. This. It says a smart woman, just because she's jumping from man to man doesn't mean she's intimate or has particular intentions with them. So you just wasting time. You just sitting outside wasting time. Talking about you want to have fun. A lot of the people that are doing this are in their younger years. And these are the same people who turn around and hit the wall and then asking, where the good men at? Hopping and leaping. I can't find them. What happened to them? Oh, where's all these options? You see, that's what happens. Where the good men? You was wasting their time in your youth. You was just dating to have fun. And for those who are saying just because, she's jumping from man to man doesn't mean she's intimate. Okay, let's take a poll. About how many women do you believe are not truly intimate with a lot of these men that they're jumping to and fro from? Let's keep it real. Let's not play the game. I hate when people do this. I hate when people try to throw in these anomaly situations acting like it's law. We got to keep it honest. I don't see no women talking about how they not doing this and they not putting it down. That's the one thing they will do. Oh, put it down? Yes. Jump from the ceiling fan? Yes. Take a ride on the carousel? Yes. Make a sandwich? No. Listen to a man? No. Follow his lead? No. It's obvious. I think this reminds me of the video where the woman was saying that These things amplify. Social media amplifies the problem, but these are not conversations that are happening in real life. I love this. I actually love these conversations coming to the forefront, because although I literally take out the people's icon of these posts, I think it's important for other people who follow the page, who know these people, to understand their mindset. I think it's important. Again, I think this should be directly attached to the vetting process. I think these conversations should come up within the dating to see where people stand. I think they're great conversation starters. So that you're not, a man who's on your purpose trying to find a wife while you hanging out with somebody who just dating and having fun and has no particular intentions with you. Somebody that's just using you for your resources. Not because she values you, not because she even wants a relationship. You just somebody else on the roster to take her to dinner on a Wednesday. I have these conversations, so thoroughly, because there's so many women out there who are growing through, especially in the early 20s. When you in your early 20s, you think you know so much, and you be like, when you get older, you look like, dang, I was a fool. I did not know. I was still figuring it out. I was trying to. And I offer these perspectives so that when they're seeing all of these loud voices everywhere, that there's still this voice that's offering a different perspective to let you know in these situations, it's not always, freedom, liberation, fun. There are things that happen. In this day and age, babies are kind of the least. There's things that can stick with you and stay with you. And I'm not just talking about because you get something that's uncurable. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. That's a whole different conversation for a whole different day. But again, I think that women should thoroughly understand this whole trying to be in competition with a man, trying to do what a man can do, trying to operate how a man operates. You're not designed that way. Foster the growth in the way in which you were designed. Find out what makes a woman a woman. Research, and the same research that you do to find out what makes being a man be a man, do the same research and find out what makes a woman a woman. It ain't makeup. It's not putting on nails. It's not doing, because a baby could do that. What are the traits? What are the qualities? What are the characteristics? This is my opinion, y'all. This is my opinion. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.